Hey, Tom Mitchell today, the 1 Minute Dog Trainer. I just left the Wellington Horse Show and I want to make an analogy between horses and dogs because I've worked with both for over 30 years. And zoo animals, San Diego Zoo, Guide Dogs for the Blind. I've worked with a lot of different animals, circuses, produced TV shows about dogs and animals and horses. So I think it's really important to understand how it is that we treat our dogs and expect our dogs to listen when we don't use the right equipment. Now, with a horse, there's no way you're going to put a lead line around a horse's neck and expect them to listen or follow or lead effectively, right? So what do? They put a halter on a horse, so we're leading them from their head. Now, we can do the same thing with dogs. They have head collars for dogs, and it's very effective. What's not effective is choke collars and pinch collars, and particularly shock collars. I mean, can you imagine going to work and your boss puts a shock collar on you, and then if you are paying attention to social media, you get a little shock, right? Hey, could you get back to work? Anyway, going back to horses and dogs, I think it's really important that we understand that, number one, even if you have a choke collar on a dog and you are choking your dog, they can become resistant to that. So what do? There's multiple options, but the most effective ones work with a flat collar. We put a lead line or our dog leash on the flat collar, and then we either have a harness where we're doing a connection to the harness, and you know, there are some really nice harnesses out there. You can attach it to the back, or in some cases you can attach it to the front of the harness, and then you have two connection points. You have the flat collar and you have the harness, and you can use little signals and your voice and tell your dog what you want. Now, if your dog isn't listening or they're pulling, we stop, we go back to the basics. Sit, stay, and come, right? And we ask our dog to sit until we're paying attention. And then we can learn effectively with our dog the signals that they are giving us so we can give them effective signals. So in the same way, I wouldn't expect to be able to lead a horse by just throwing a line around its neck. Let's not do it to our dogs and expect that by choking them or pinching them that they're going to listen more effectively. Thank you so much. We have lots of handouts, by the way, at the 1minutedog.com site on how to effectively work with leash pulling, why it is that we should not be the alpha dog, why we should treat our dogs kindly. Lots of free videos and handouts. Please go on over and visit us. Thank you so much. This is Tom Mitchell, the 1 Minute Dog Trainer.